I'm Lauren DeSantis and welcome to Capital Cooking. We're going to be making a port poached pear. We're actually going to use a port style wine and we're going to top that with a Sicilian cream sauce. So we're going to get our pears poaching while we prepare the rest of our meal. That's all nice and hot. So we're going to add, this is a splash wine. It is a sweet red wine. You can use any sweeter red wine, fortified wine, port obviously. You could use a port with 2 cups of water, or you could use just a regular sweeter red wine that you don't have to put the water in. So this, we have here about 5 pears that have been peeled and cored, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. I'm just going to stick these into the wine right now to get them going. And you're going to bring this to a simmer, and once you get it to a simmer, then we're going to cover and let them go for a while. You want them to be really pretty with the circle in the middle and the stem intact if you can do it. I'm going to show you in a second. We're going to put a cinnamon stick in, we're going to put 5 or 6 cloves or so, and then a little vanilla, and about 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Get that all in there, get that going. So when you do your pear at home, peel it first before you slice it and scoop the seeds out. You could do this with other things too. If you had apples, or you could put figs with apples, you could put pears in there, you could put even add some cranberries to the dish. You'd want to add those in later towards the end because they won't need as long to reduce. This dark red wine will color the pears beautifully. They'll be a dark, rich red color, which looks beautiful for the fall season or the winter season. So you take that, pear is peeled, slice it in half, try to slice it right down the middle. And then you're going to take a melon baller. If you don't have a melon baller, just use your spoon. But just scoop those seeds out because nobody wants to get any seeds. But this melon baller, which you can get really cheap, makes a nice pretty circle out of the middle, which is just great for presentation that you can put your cream sauce in at the end. There you go. Pull that center out. Put that in. Give it a little shake to get the pears fully covered. And we are going to cover that and reduce it, and at the end we will top them with our Zabaione cream.
I'm Lamar Brown with Carafe Winemakers. We're actually the DC area's first and only micro winery. What we do is we import grape juice from all over the world, turn that grape juice into wine, and our biggest thing is we let customers come in and make their own wine. Well, they can do a lot. They can actually throw their own parties. We do all types of corporate events, birthday parties, you name it. But the biggest thing is to make your own wine. We try to make wine fun. We try to take the pretentiousness out of it. We try to make it inviting, just make it fun. That's our big thing. Wine and food pairing is basically an age-old trade, so to speak. You pick specific wines depending on the food. For instance, you always hear red wines go with meat, mainly because of the protein. It actually evens out the tannins in the red wines. So there's actually a small little bit of science behind it. The acidity goes well with foods that are basically even tone. It helps mellow out certain aspects of the food. So from that standpoint, you can I guess say that the wine and the food, they bring out the best properties of each other. Because the Splash is actually a blackberry Merlot. It's not a dessert wine, but it's a sweet wine, and we thought that the blackberries and the Merlot blend would actually go very, very well with that dish because it's so sweet.
All right, now we're going to make the Sicilian cream sauce to go on top of our port poached pears. And to do that, we're going to take 6 egg yolks. This is over a double boiler, so we're over some simmering water. And we're gonna mix that with about 2/3 of a cup of sugar. And this is just gonna go until it starts to form ribbons, so you'll see the progression. So now we're gonna add a little bit of our Marcella wine, a couple tablespoons. That should be good. There you go. Now keep mixing. I think that looks good. And so now we are going to chill it, and then we are gonna just fold in some heavy whipping cream. And that will be a Zabuloni cream. If you wanted to just keep it a Zabuloni sauce, you're just going to keep it like this without adding the cream. But the cream will make it a little bit lighter, a little bit fluffier, and it'll add something to our pears.